Drama as hoodlums invade Lagos school, chase students and destroy property. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. Not fewer than 40 hoodlums invaded a private school, Shalom group of schools in Barawa, a Paja area of Lagos State, and displaced students and teachers. The news agency of Nigeria now reports that students and management of the school could not gain access to the premises as the main entrance gate had been blocked by the land grabbers popularly referred to as Omonile. The proprietors of the school, Mrs. Adedayo Odika, told NAN on Monday that the hoodlums were allegedly led by an Omonile popularly known as Kaka. He claimed that they had won a court judgment to take possession of our land. I told him to show me the judgment as I was not aware of any court case, let alone judgment, but he refused. Odeka said the land was allocated to them by the federal government in 1992 and a school was built on it. Coming out overnight and claiming the land is uncalled for. This is a land we have been occupying for 30 years. Students have been graduating year in, year out. The land is a federal government allocation. We do not have any dealings with Omonile. We have all our documents, she said. The professor said the hoodlums came on Saturday and damaged the fence and railings to gain access to the compound, forcing boarding students to vacate. She claimed that the case was reported at the Kwaja police station, but that the police were incapacitated. When the case was reported, the police reluctantly followed us to the site after much pressure, but could not act as the hoodlums continues with the erection of the structure. She urged the government to arrest the perpetrators of this act and prosecute them. The security guard, Mr. Michael Yakubu, alleged that over 40 hoodlums who were led by Kaka Group invaded the school around 6 a.m. on Saturday. They broke the wall and removed the two main gates to gain access, claiming that the land belonged to them. They brought in sand and blocks and started digging and erecting structures on the school field. After erecting the structure beyond 9 coaches, they blocked the 2 entrances with blocks, put a small gate and locked it, he said. A parent, Mr. Sergei Gebo, said it was disheartening for a group of people to traumatize young children and send them out of boarding school. This is wrong for society and the system. It is sad. Look at the kids outside. These are the future generation that you're talking about. We have to change this narrative. Even if there's a dispute on property, it should be resolved amicably, he said. A teacher, Mrs. Ifama Abbas, said that the school said that the land grabbers who stormed the school on Saturday chased the students out of a hostel. They chased the students out without considering whether their parents were close or far. Some of them were half-clad, but the men did not care. We came this morning only to be denied access into the school. The pupils, students, and teachers are stranded. We all have rights as Nigerians to learn, she said. A brother in the school, Miss Success Afolayan, a senior secondary 2 student, said she felt tortured and traumatized on Saturday when the hoodlums invaded their school. I was traumatized as we were running from pillar to post. This action is uncalled for in the learning environment. This is going to affect our education as we do not know when it will be resolved, she said. Mrs. Oluwatoyin Okafor, the principal, said the miscreants destroyed some of her school properties and sent them out. They destroyed the wall and iron rails and burgled the generator house. We were not given an audience. The security agents were standing by their side with guns, threatening to shoot us if we talk. We were left with no option than to call the parents of the boarders who live in Lagos to pick them up, while we pleaded with some teachers and parents to take those who live outside Lagos home with them. Our students are preparing for WAEC, NECO and JAM. They just came to disrupt the school activity, she said. Another parent, Mr. Ebenezer Akandi, a civil servant, said that he was shocked when he said the 2 main gates were blocked. As you can see, the children could not gain access to the school. The Lagos State government should wake up and do something concerning this land grabbers, he said. The registrar of the school, Mr. Kinola Adebayo, said he got an invitation letter from Zone 2 Unicon, and someone wrote a petition against him. When I got there on Thursday, they said they had a petition against me, that I'm using charms and curses to chase Omonile away from the land. I told them that I do not know the petitioner. After I answered the petition, the police asked the 2 parties, Omonile and Shalom School, to come back today, Monday, January 30th. But I was surprised that the Omonile invaded the school on Saturday. When we called the police, they said there was nothing they could do, he said. Adebayo urged the government to intervene in the matter so that children can go back to school. The news agency of Nigeria, NAN, reports that some students were carrying cardboards with inscriptions such as "Education is our right," "Say no to Omonile oppressors," "The future is weeping," "Kaka, why take our right from us?" "Omonile, why send us out of school?" "Government, come to our rescue," "Save us from land grabbers," and many more. The police public relations officer, SP Benjamin Hunde, who confirmed the story, said that the case was not a criminal case. The case is not a police case, it is a civil case. I will urge the party not to take laws into their own hands so that a civil case will not turn to a criminal case, he said. Can you imagine? This is the height of shallow-mindedness, being silly to me. You just wake up one morning, they just tell you, say, you get land, you just waka. Land where some of them, if you check them, people where they even go to drag the land, say, gone. The land senior them. Yes, now what am I saying? Yes. Some they're just here, this land they say belong to us. Oh yeah, you don't carry clothes. And this is how many people have lost their houses, lost their lives in the process, because by the time you come, you have been staying peacefully on somewhere for 15 years. You did not steal it. LG. You did not go and grab it from somebody. You paid. You have your documents. They just come and disrupt the process and tell you you can go. Now, such is life, which is not lie. Such is life. You just pack your things like that. Now, only for Nigeria this nonsense they happen. Permit me to use the word nonsense. Now, only for Nigeria this kind of pala attitude that is smelly happens. The court say, come to so day. Courts never give order. You don't fly. Come back. Say you win the case. Which case? Even if you're going to be very inconsiderate, consider the people going there to school. And just like you said, this is a boarding school, there is every tendency that some of them, their parents are not even around. They have to travel. Yes, now there are boarding schools where there are people who, for instance, let me use, they are schooling in Enugu and their houses or their parents are based in Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt was even close to Enugu. They are schooling in Enugu and their houses are based, and maybe their parents are based in Lagos. Their parents are based in Abuja. There are instances like that. You know, for your mind, you're picking their school, it is safe, but meanwhile, see what's in the happen to them. It doesn't make sense to me. Someone land is occupied by another person for 30 years, and no complaints is there till today. The land grabbers are working together with Lagos government officials, and that is why the police authorities are stranded and could not do anything when invited to the scene of the incident. The way things are going in Lagos State, non-Lagosians who own land and houses in Lagos should be watchful on these agbos and thugs working together with government officials how to confiscate it. And we want one Nigeria, and we won't talk on this issue for another day. Alright, on this note, you have come to the end.